where do you usually sit with, okay, I understand that um, I want to be more sustainable. I'm kind of starting to learn what that means in my life. I live an average life right now because I've just learned about this. Where do I start to change? What is the best chain of action for me to begin with? And where do I start to educate myself?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first step is to stop bringing things into your home that you don't need. Stop buying stuff.
Yep.
Step number one saves you money and saves waste. Stop buying stuff. Um, and as you ask yourself, like when you're buying things, ask yourself, do I need this? Like, is this going to bring me joy? Is this something I'm going to actually wear and use? And I think that's a great first step because then, you start creating the habit. Like when you're going to the grocery store, I'm not going to use the plastic bag. So I think those small things really do add up. Um, and then I think I always recommend people to like start in a certain area of their home. Usually I recommend kitchen first because I feel like that's where we produce the most waste if you think about it.
Mm.
And I tell them to like use all the item like let's say you have single use Ziploc baggies, like you can use those in as long as they last. But after that, find a reusable alternative. I love stasher bags. They definitely are expensive compared to a Ziploc bag, but they're going to save you money overall. And you're not constantly buying Ziploc bags, for example. And, when it comes to food, composting is great. I know a lot of people, I don't know how it is in Australia, but in the US, like if you live in an apartment, like composting's like not a thing. And
Yep. Same.
most young people live in apartments
Yep. 100%.
and composting's not a thing. So a lot of times there are cities that have, like if you live in a house, they have like curbside composting, like you would do your, regular trash.
Mhm.
Um, but if you don't, there's also like community gardens and farmers markets where you can drop off your compost. And when you start to like store your because I usually just store my compost in the freezer so there isn't a smell or any issues. You realize like, oh wow, like this is a lot of food waste that like is not going to end up in a landfill. So I think just like taking it maybe one room at a time in your home, and kind of as you're going through these single use items, replacing them with um, reusable multi-use products. And I think getting kind of back to how things used to be when we used to make our own cleaning products, um, cook things from scratch, like I think
100%.
there's a lot there. So I think just starting in a specific area of your home. Obviously, my page and my website, are informative, and I have a YouTube channel as well. And there's the creators that I listed that are also really helpful. But I think if you kind of just are looking, just starting with like a section of your home and looking for those alternatives is like a great place to start. And like, don't feel the need to, redo your whole entire home, but just start in a
Mm.
specific area and then you just continually add on to that.
Yeah, starting small is a great way to adopt a new lifestyle always.